Hello everyone, Logan here, back with another video. Now today, as you can tell by the title, these playoffs have been crazy, and it's only the first round. As you can see, I've been watching Steve Dangle's video on Game 7 between my Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Third straight Game 7 loss to the Bruins. I'm going to be honest, I thought the Leafs were going to win this one. John Tavares, Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, all the players everyone knows. But they didn't show up at Game 7, and all of the goals we had on the Maple Leafs were fourth-liners. Nordstrom, Corrali, Johansson. They're not AAA players like Bergeron, Marchand, Chara, Pasternak, all those people. They're not those players. And that's great. But I don't want to focus on the Bruins-Leafs game because everybody's still everybody's still digesting that game. What I want to focus on is how strange the outcome of these playoffs have been, and how everyone's bracket has already miraculously been broken. So, first, the Tampa Bay Lightning, President's Trophy winners, they tie the record for wins of the season with the 1998 Detroit Red Wings, I want to say. It's either 97 or 98. Feel free to correct me. So, Columbus comes in as an 8th seed. Last wild card spot, an 8th seed. Sweeps the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, there's a lot of things to take into consideration with this. The Tampa Bay Lightning hasn't had anything to play for months. And they finally get in a situation where they're like, oh, we might be done. It's too late. It's Game 4. Columbus is ramped up. They're jacked. They're ready to go. They're ready to get rid of this streak of losing first rounds in playoffs. Because they've never won one before this year. So, good on them. But they had the motivation that Tampa didn't really have most of the season because they didn't need the motivation. They knew they were the best, and they showed everyone, we're the best. So when Columbus came around, they had a lot more determination than Tampa did, and as a result, Tampa left, and they're hitting the golf course. Also, speaking of sweeps, the Pittsburgh Penguins, they're out to the New York Islanders. The John Tavares-less New York Islanders. Whew, how that must feel very rough. To leave a team because you want a better chance at a cup. You get knocked out of a first round at Game 7 with a team that's had Game 7 exits for the past 3 seasons. And the team you left sweeps their opponent and goes on to the second round. One of the first teams to go to the second round. That must really hurt. And I have nothing but respect for John Tavares. He's a fantastic player. But damn, that has to hurt. Seeing the Islanders get where he couldn't get with them. And good on the Islanders. The Penguins, never been the biggest Penguins fan. I'm a Bruins fan, but then I'm a Caps fan second. So there's a little thing there. I'm not a Montreal fan. Love their jerseys, though. Same thing with Pittsburgh. Love their jerseys. Not a fan of their team. I like Crosby. I'm okay with Malkin. Hornquist is okay. But the Penguins, they're getting old. And in all honesty, I think Washington doing what they did to Pittsburgh in the second round last season kind of just settled the deal for them. And I think they're about to hit a serious low. And teams do that. It's okay. Teams, they go up, they go down. I remember the Bruins when I was a little kid, when they were an awful team, and they missed the playoffs. I remember they missed the playoffs before every team does. I remember in 2013 when the Bruins went to the finals with Blackhawks, and they blew it. They blew it. I will say that right here, they blew it. But 2011, we won. That was a great moment. One of my favorite moments I remember from my early childhood. I'm almost 20 now. I know the face tells me I'm almost 14, but 20, promise. my short life, that's one of my highlights of my early life, was watching the Boston Bruins win and see Zdeno Chara hold the cup at the highest it's ever been held by a player. And, you know, it feels great to see a team win a cup or even get far in the playoffs because it makes you hopeful for the next season. But I think the Penguins are about to hit that low point that a lot of teams hit after having a really great few years. Because, 2016, 2017, they won back-to-back. So, they've had their moment in the spotlight. Now, next up is Dallas and Nashville. I think Nashville just choked. And I'm trying to be nice there. Nashville has had great runs in the past. Their 2017 appearance, which honestly, controversial opinion, I guess, maybe, who cares? Nashville should have won that game that they ended up losing. That gave the Penguins the cup. Nashville should have won that game. But that controversial whistle happened, early whistle, so there's still a lot of debate going on there about that. And they played Dallas in the first round. So it was an all-Southern round. Nashville, Tennessee, Dallas, Texas. And Dallas, they really showed up. They really showed you that their offense is nothing that you should mess with. Their power play, Nashville's power play is normally pretty good, admittedly. It was abysmal this season. They did not, this playoff season, not the regular season. Nashville didn't really show up at all. They really didn't. And, it sucks because people really like Nashville. I went to a Nashville game against the Bruins this past season. It's a great game. But, Dallas played better. They were the better team this series. And then we have St. Louis and Winnipeg. The Jets, there's been a lot of talk about Patrick Laine. Is he great? Is he not? Is he a bust? Is he not? And even though the Jets lost, I think Patrick Laine showed a lot after that initial first game loss. He showed determination, he put up some goals, and I think he may be playing injured, which may say a lot about what's going on. He admitted to being injured, but I think the injury is a lot worse than he's leading us to think. So, we'll see in the postseason. Then, we get down to Calgary and Colorado. Calgary was the number 1 seed in their division, and they lost in 5 to Colorado. And I think, again, it's a Columbus-Tampa situation. Colorado was more determined. They were a first-round exit last season, and I think they were a lot more determined than Calgary was, because Calgary was boastful. They came in, and they lost in 5. So there's that. And then we get down to last night's game. That was something. And I gotta tell you, the Vegas choked in more ways than one. They not only blew a 3-1 series lead, but they also blew a 3-0 deficit, because they were up 3-0. I didn't mean to say deficit. They blew a 3-0 lead in the third period with 11 minutes left. The Sharks got 4 goals in 5 minutes. But then Vegas tied it in 45 seconds left in the regulation. So then they went into overtime. And with, I think it was 18, almost 19 minutes left, Sharks win. They got a goal. Gaudreau got it. Somebody that really doesn't get much ice time, because he's not what you think of as a top-line player for the Sharks. He gets the goal. And Golden Knights are eliminated. The only playoff game we have left to be decided is Washington and Carolina. And going by how the rest of these games have gone, people expect Capitals to be out. Defending Stanley Cup champions, at this point that means nothing. With the fact that Tampa's out, Calgary's out, Jets are out, Pittsburgh's out. All these teams that were going against the lower entry teams, they're out. So, who's to say Capitals aren't out? It's a fact of life at this point, I guess. But yeah, let's see how that goes. If they lose, I'll make a video about all the top seed teams minus the Bruins leaving the playoffs so early. If Carolina wins, I'll talk about all the underdogs coming through. Either way, I'll talk about underdogs because this is playoff. This is one of the best playoff runs for all the teams I've watched in a very long time. It's truly something special, and I hope everybody's been watching these games because they're really something special, and I really hope you understand how special these games are. And, you know, what teams are you cheering for? Is your team out? Do you think your team might have a cup run? Because at this point, I think Bruins might have a pretty good chance at least making a conference finals, if not a cup final. So, with all that said, who are you cheering for? If your team's out, are there any other teams you're cheering for? If you found this video while scrolling through YouTube and you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, whatever you want to do, I appreciate it. I appreciate just the views because it gets me up there. I know I don't get many views on this video, but the views I do get, I greatly appreciate it. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you.